Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Today's story comes out of North Hollywood, that's in California. The title reads, Intruder Shot in Chest During North Hollywood Apartment Break-In. Before we get into this story, if you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like, comment, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's begin.
That breaking using home invasion and shooting in North Hollywood, and police may have just found that intruder. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. Police say a neighbor shot the intruder this morning at a home in North Hollywood. And as this investigation continues, they're offering advice. Protect yourself and your family in the case of a home invasion. Karma Dickerson joins us live from North Hollywood with breaking details. Karma.
Yes, Annabelle, certainly a scary situation to tell you about unfolding at the apartment complex just over my shoulder. A homeowner comes face to face with the person allegedly trying to break into his home. Actually, I should say a renter rather comes face to face with that attempted burglar and fights back. This happened about 10 o'clock this morning. We're right on the intersection of Oxnard and Coldwater Canyon. And LAPD say a man was in his apartment, heard a noise, and when that man went to investigate, he found someone trying to break into his apartment through a window. There was a struggle, but the burglar made it into the apartment. And that's when the man who lived there grabbed his handgun. They say that man told him he shot the burglar in the chest, and the burglar took off.
Okay, so we got the gist of the story. This is another case of someone finding out the hard way not to intrude on another person's domain. Good on the apartment dweller, as they say, and it is pretty cut and clear. What I find interesting is that even the police say that people have to be able to protect themselves, which they referenced earlier in the story, and obviously their loved ones. It really does baffle me, though, that the state where it is, notoriously California, is difficult to be armed, okay? Even the police will indirectly tell people you need to be armed indirectly. They will never, California police will never say it. Like I said, indirectly. Anyway, honestly, it's an issue that really is above us in terms of the state and how they do their inner workings and their laws. But it's a hostile place to live in for anybody who uses guns for self-defense. Okay, let's hear what else the article has to say.
One neighbor shows us how he thinks this all happened, accessing the apartment using the shopping cart to get to the back window. As we search for that burglar, Captain Warner Castillo of LAPD says this is what you should do if someone breaks in when you are home.
You're in the house by yourself, you start yelling, you start making noise. That way everybody knows what's going on. Your neighbors, your family members, and the suspects, because the suspects do not want to get arrested for a home invasion. Most of the time, once the suspects that are breaking into a house hear or know that there's someone in the house, they will generally run away.
And so police, to be clear, don't necessarily recommend having a physical confrontation with the burglar. They say the best thing to do is really just try to get them to leave and get out safely yourself. In terms of what you mentioned, Anna.
Folks, how can I be professional here? Do I need to be? Not really. I'll say what everyone here is thinking after hearing what this man just said. With respect, fuck you, sir, okay? You can take your advice and shove it up your ass. And while you're at it, fist yourself while you're doing that, okay? I bet he himself, as a policeman, if someone comes into his house, he won't be using the same advice that he's giving the rest of us. What the fuck? I mean, is this... He may be trying to help, but he's failed. The appropriate answer is you need to be able to defend yourself, okay? what happens if you're making all that noise and nobody's home, everybody's at work? Does that make sense? What happens if you're in a rural community and their next neighbor is, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 yards away from you? What does that even mean? This is your spot of dwelling, sir. Are we just going to let anybody come up in here and take whatever they want? Man, that was his TED Talk moment under 30 seconds. What a bunch of crap. Okay, let's hear the rest.
About police thinking they actually may have found the person they were looking for. And in this case, NBC Board investigates learned that a person fitting the description may have turned up to a local hospital. So police are working still to put together the pieces of what exactly happened in this case. But it appears they may have the person they were looking for. Reporting live from Harvey Dickerson and NBC Hornet.
Well, I tell you what, I think you understand my position on this, but I think you have to be able to deter people from coming to get your stuff, okay? There's no way you're going to live your life and at any time somebody can come and take what you have, something that you have earned, okay? You know, I believe there is something tactical in what this man is saying. Maybe there's some tactical sense, but you know, maybe if you have the firearm and the way to defend yourself, but in a large part, it doesn't do any good. What he's saying, I can't believe he gave that advice. If we are to turn and hide and go quietly into the night without confrontation, can we really call ourselves good guys?